Hello. We're back. We're back with more Slay the Princess. It's going to be interesting, and that's as much as I can promise. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Uh Last week we started this game. And it caught me off guard immediately in a very good way. I was very excited about this game, and I think our first stream of it really proved that that was the correct instinct. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. We got, well, I was about to say we got very far. I don't know that that's true. Um, but it seemed a lot happened. There we go. I'll say that. I can say that conclusively. A lot did seem to happen. We met several voices. And I think we learned something about this world that we're in. Maybe we have some theories. We have some theories. Um, I was gonna try to recap it, and then I realized that's gonna be difficult for me to do because I don't know that I entirely understand what happened, and I was there the whole time. Um, I even watched it a second time for the VOD, and I have lot. My mind is a buzz with theories. Um, but yeah, so we are someone whom have claws for hands, and a scaly arm, and a narrator sent us to a cabin in the woods in order to slay a princess because the narrator has told us that if the princess is not slain, then the world will end. And um, we questioned a lot about this and about the world and about the narrator, and we got a variety of answers, some of them helpful, most of them amusing. And then we went forth and we talked to the princess, who was chained up in a basement, and started out as a sort of a sympathetic a creature, and then turned suddenly, and then we went back upstairs and got a knife, but by then it was too late, and then we were very dead. Um, and then we came back later, and the world had changed, and so had we, and then we were dead again, but also swallowed. Um, we tried to claw our way out, that didn't work. Then we became one with the princess and with the forest, and then we decided that, painful as it was, we didn't want to be that anymore. So we became ourselves again, and we had the knife, and we cut the princess free from the forest, and we tried to take her with us, but then something made her go away. And now we're in front of the mirror that the narrator claimed wasn't in the room with us. And I think that's where we left off. So that's gonna be an interesting note to pick up on. Hello, Bad Road. Hello, Bob. Hello, Freya. Good to see you all. You're on a path in the woods. At the end of that path is a cabin, and in that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. Right, exactly. That's where we started, presumably, assuming any of that is true. But that's certainly the world that we were presented with. And good gosh, a lot happened. But that's where we left off. And that's where we're gonna pick up here in just a moment. I've left. Oh well, apparently I left it on Steam. Let me figure out why my window captured is not capturing the right window. That's, you can see that for a moment. There we go. Do I want it on that, or do I want it on this? Actually, one second. What if instead we do this and there? That's bad. Let's not do that. There we go. Get this and just make that go away. Because what I want is for you. There we go. All right, that's what I want to say. All right. Hello, Joy. So I was gonna say a thing and then I forgot it because this game is a lot and it makes me forget things. Right, that was it. Content warnings, which I've updated since last time, because I saw this helpful screen, which was the thing I was about to allude to. The wonderful folks over at Black Tabby Games have done a thing that I hope more game studios will do. Yes, thank you. You beat me to it. So I've added, in addition to our doesthedogdie.com link, which links directly to the doesthedogdie.com entry for Slay the Princess. Black Tabby Games also has their own entry, and honestly, it's use whichever resource or both that you feel most comfortable with. Black Tabby Games, I've linked specifically to the content warnings for Slay the Princess. They've got one for all of their games. But I've deep linked to specifically the one for this game. Essentially, as you scroll down that page, it will first give you a bulk warning similar to the one that we've got in our chat, and then if you scroll down further, it'll essentially break out the warnings on a chapter by chapter basis. So as we start each chapter and it names the chapter, it will tell you the warnings specific to that chapter. So honestly, pretty solid resource. Like they really put in the work on it. But that way you're not instantly spoiled. You can choose how far you want to scroll down that page, and it will reveal in different layers of detail as you go, as you choose to go, based on. So you can first see the full list of warnings, and then based on what's in that bucket of content warnings, if there's something in there you're like, I want to know when that comes up, you can keep scrolling down, and it will tell you the specific chapters when those for which those warnings are pertinent. Does the Dog Die does something similar, obviously, with its kind of preset list of warnings that apply to all of the games in the database there that are kind of fan made. So again, use either or both resources as you need. I've pulled out the ones that I saw from doesthedogdie.com. I have not actually gone back through based on the ones in Black Tabby Games, mostly because I'm trying to kind of avoid spoilers on my own. But obviously do not feel like you need to follow my example on that. So I wanted to include both links here. But I did want to call out a few just from, because we've already seen a few of them from last stream. Flashing images is definitely one that I always want to call out, and does seem like it's just in all games now, so that's rough. But graphic violence, for sure, we saw that, and I think we're gonna see more. Hey Al, welcome to the content warnings. Graphic violence, blood, gore, body horror. Again, we've already gotten a helping of all of these, so I would expect more. Death seems like it's going to be a part of the themes of this game. Specifically, there's also going to be instances of suicide, drowning, suffocation, immolation, torture, and I think the instances of gaslighting have particularly been in the form of the narrator, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get some of that from other voices and potentially even the princess as well. So obviously want to forewarn on that. There sure are a lot of warnings for this game. Yeah, and I think that's in part because the game itself, so much of it is just these kind of narrative moments and this interplay between different entities of unclear motive. So, like, it makes sense that we're going to be dealing with a number of things that are going to come up in this, because this is not a game where we run around and just sort of randomly stab things. Well, bad example, but the meat of the game is in the decision making, and it's got a surprisingly in-depth narrative path. So it lets us make a lot of choices, and as that, I love that it's got so much, and I love that the Black Tabby Games took the time to go through and actually make their own content warnings list. So really want more games to do that, game developers, pardon me, to do that for their games. So yeah, it's a good example. We've actually seen the most graphic violence that's on tap visually anyway. That's reassuring in its own right. But it's I'm gonna leave it on there for now, because I mentioned there's probably some more, even if it's going to be implied. But yeah, we did get one. We sure got one pretty graphic scene early on, I guess, just because of the choices that I made. I'm already in love with just how much this game seems to be meeting my every instinct in terms of just like poking at what seem to be boundaries and kind of finding none so far, which I know is impossible, but it's doing such a good job of maintaining the illusion that I'm starting to forget that a little bit, and that's honestly very incredible. I love the schmuck bait of the hunted telling you to move, but then giving you all those options to talk about. Yes, yes. And I absolutely had it in the back of my head the feeling of like, is this a double fake? And And I don't know. I don't actually know that move was the right choice, because I absolutely believe that this game would tell us that it was the right choice regardless. And if we went to move and got, it would tell us, oh, you should have stayed put and tried to talk it out. Like I absolutely believe that the game would tell you, no matter what you picked, oh, you should have done the other thing, or to try and make you regret your choice either way, because it's most of it is still being dictated by the narrator, who we've already kind of learned isn't really vibing with us, which I kind of love. There's more. It's just milder. That's fair. Yeah, I figured that there's probably more graphic violence to come. We don't randomly stab things. Every stab is very deliberate. That's true. I like that the cursor changes. I like that y'all called that out last time. That we know when it goes from like claw to hand, which also made me realize that like, oh, that's our hand. Why is our hand clawed? And then that we got more on that almost immediately. Well, there are no wrong choices. There are some that lead to outcomes that that you aren't trying to achieve. That's also very fair. I like that we got almost immediately to a place that I'm very happy with at the end last time, which was unexpected. I really expected to kind of hit some dead ends, and we didn't, despite getting literally eaten, which is not something you can say in a lot of games. All right, I'm done stalling. We should get into the thing, and I'm very excited to see where that takes us. I love. This is a love story. It's so sweet. This is so good. This screen, I love this screen. Okay, I'm done. Okay. I think these were made at basically the same time. Yes.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
All right. Hopefully audio levels are still okay. If not, let me know. I'll kick them up. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror and approach the mirror. I kind of like calling out that the narrator is gone. Hero seems to smooch quiet relative to you. That's, well, we can kick that up if we need to.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here. Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing.
The broken. Poor baby. Was that a little bit better? I gave it a little bit more time with me not talking so the audio ducking doesn't mess with it. You wrote, and your narrator is gone. I don't know where it went. I'm confused. If that's still low, I'll kick it up before we get too much further in here. This top one feels a little defeatist to me. I don't know. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. Although this might fish for some ideas from the rest of the crew. I think I'm supposed to look at that mirror. Versus just do it. No, I'm gonna definitely ask this before we do this, but I'm debating if I want to do this or just not even. No, let's at least talk about it and see what the other voices say to this. I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Let's just stay still. I feel anxious. Does anyone else feel anxious?
Alright. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
Oh, I love it. We just slowly run out of options.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. I still like that we are creature. Kind of picturing you as having extra heads. Each time you die, you get a new one. I was picturing us being like haunted with a little ghost like swarming around us, but the extra heads is nice. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you! It's you. Despite everything. Oh. Good, we're on the same page. Listen, Undertale has just irrevocably changed the vocabulary around mirrors. I did it in Signalis, I'm gonna do it ever. Kind of look like Mothman. I mean, it's just the glowing eyes, really. As I said in I can't believe I'm gonna invoke this game, Tomb Raider Underworld, humans don't have eyeshine. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Ooh. Sorry, I just noticed the background layers shifting. I don't know how well y'all can see that on stream. But the little, like, cross... Ooh. Like, I like how the bits wibble. Eee. Alright, let's proceed to the cabin, I guess. You are at the cabin. Are you sure? Are you? Thank you, Pedro. You are at the cabin. You will approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
This is phenomenal. Holy sh... We have so many options. We're back where we began. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Ooh, interesting. Do you know the narrator? And or the Muffin Man? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Ooh. Okay, I like the can of worms that opens. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Okay, alright, now we're getting there. Do we know each other? What happens now? We're not choosing attack the entity, not until we have no other choice. Destroy your body. Oh, just destroy our body. Yeah, we'll save these two for until we get some more information. Let's... Oh, God. Oh, I don't like any of the combative options. I wanna start with questions. Oh, but which question to start with? Do we know each other?
You are familiar,
Oh.
but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I mean, you're making good points. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Yeah, I think the hand is on her, like, on her chin, kind of moving the head around and tilting it. Yeah, let's ask about the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
And what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Damn, that's a line. Okay. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Huh.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Bring me more perspectives. More voices, perhaps. Oh, and now, oh boy. Bring me more perspectives is also going on the needlepoint list. It's very, very good. I agree. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? I don't think I want to know the answer to this question. Like, I love that this is here, but I kind of like the not knowing. What if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Okay, make me forget. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
You cannot kill me in a way that matters. Okay. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Fair enough. I'm not going back. Wait. I'm tempted. We've gone this route before, and I appreciate that we can come full circle on it, but I don't think this is the time. I'm gonna ask this question, not because I want to do what the narrator sent us to do, but because I want to know if this entity and the narrator are working towards the same end. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Please do wait after you're done asking questions. All right, good. I'll take that. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
All right. Yeah, I want to go specifically without the answer to that. So, okay. I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Aww. Damn it. Well, now it's tempting. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, oh, that's just... You're allowed to tell me that this is a weird take, but this is kind of romantic, and I'm picking it.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
Boy, it sure is.
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Holy shit, this game's writing. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? God damn.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
It's unbelievably fucking gender. You nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. We're half an hour into the stream and I'm tearing up. That's not fair. That's not allowed. You can't do... That's illegal. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, I'm sorry, game. I didn't mean it was illegal. You didn't have to crash. Hang on. Let's... Oh, no. Oops. Game took me very seriously. Okay, let's try that again. Does everybody remember what we picked?
You have returned to me.
Oh my god, oh, wow, what checkpointing?
I never left your side.
Wait, hang on. No, select the thing. Okay. That was a normal exit? Oh my god! Oh, hang on, OBS, come on. Alright, 1 second. There. Absolutely incredible. What timing? Well, okay, in that case. Alright. Well done. Well done. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Oh.
You won't.
Jesus. Everything goes dark and you die. This fucking game.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh.
That path is a cabin.
The real Slay the Princess starts here.
Cabin is a princess.
Hi, narrator. We're meeting for the first time just now. How you doing? I wonder if that dialogue changes if you leave the game off for a day, a week, a year. Yeah, I wonder how, like, Metal Gear Solid 3, the end fight they got with it. The message changes if you leave the game closed longer. Amazing! Amazing. I left it off for a week to check. Holy shit. I genuinely just assumed it crashed. Genuinely just... It was so natural of a crash that I didn't even notice that there was no error message. Like, it just perfectly... Window went gone, and I'm like, oh, well, that's you know, game crashed. Games crash sometimes. Wow. Artfully done. Holy crap. I got that. I need a moment to stew in that. Both the meta bit, because that's a whole thing, artfully done. Mostly the dialogue before that, because that whole sequence was just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Narrator, we're gonna leave you there for a bit. You know what you did. But, oh, wow. And yeah, we got an achievement at the end of that says, "The real Slay the Princess starts here," which is hilarious. God, okay. Okay. Let's bring them more perspectives.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And we don't remember. You know, we have a chance. We have a chance to start over. We can be anyone now. The narrator does not know what he did. It's kind of the point. You're right. That's fair. You're absolutely correct. We can do the thing that I didn't do last time. We're going to turn around and leave. Which I think I said I was going to do on the third time, and this is technically the third time we're here. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. That would be me. That would absolutely be me. Just marching away. Yep, I know exactly where I'm going. Walk into a tree. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin I'm not going to. Actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Or just quietly continue walking down the path away from the cabin. Oh, oh boy, these are so good. I kind of like, nope. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
How strange to find a railroad out here in the forest. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. There, take that. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. There, that's the one we're going with.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
The music is going squirrely.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Bioshock Infinite, found dead in a ditch.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Accurate.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Music is still squirrely.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We have the option. No, we don't have the option to do it again. Damn. Can we immediately take him in circles? Getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? We can okay no. So that's pretty close to doing it. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? That's a pretty good question to be asking. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go into the cabin. Lie. Yep, okay, head into the cabin now, where I'm definitely gonna slay the princess. Now that's also tempting. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever. I'm gonna start with, but I died, the whole world ended, what am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead, and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I love the instances, the parts that are repeated and the parts that aren't.
I don't know, I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Because we turned and refused to go, now we get voice of the contrarian. Yes! Perfect, no notes.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
So we could lie and see what we do instead. I'm very tempted to just stay in the woods forever and double down on what we did last time. Yeah, if I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though.
It does kind of sound like Tennant's 10th Doctor, actually, now that you say it.
It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy. What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
Well, we got one new perspective. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. She said down. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Again, the writing. Mwah. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Neat!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Are you supposed to find all the endings to feed to the person who never lived? That's the agenda I'm currently following. I don't know. But that's kind of what we were given, was the bring me new perspectives thing. That one, because we only got the voice of the contrarian, I think they were a little upset with us because we brought them a snack. So I'm guessing the longer we can go before getting to a dead end, maybe the better. But we at least got one. So I figure each time we can pick up a voice we haven't picked up before, the more that we can essentially feed to that entity. Now, will that get us a good ending? But I like that entity more than I like the narrator. So at the moment, that's the team we're playing for. And I'm going to keep going that route until we get more information. How many times have we gone from chapter 2 to chapter 1 now? Yeah, I think we did 1, 2, 3, and then back. And this time we went 2 and then back. So this is our third chapter 1?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
There we go. Alright, so we're back to our original options. Alright, so I want to keep picking things that... I don't know that we necessarily have to pick an entirely unique path, because we can follow most of the path that we've had before. Like, for instance, last time when we got to the cabin, we didn't take the knife. So we could follow the path up to the cabin, take the knife, go down, and then see what that changes, right? We could follow most of the path and then do something. I always wanted to kill a monarch, right? I'm tempted to take, the immediate deviations and see where that goes first before we start, retreading familiar territory and looking for, little branches, estuaries along the way. Is that the word I'm thinking of? Tributaries. So I think we're gonna essentially go with the. I always wanted to kill a sweet. I always wanted to kill a monarch. I think is gonna be our next path. We're gonna just take a complete left turn, and try and explore entirely new branches. Is my plan. But first, before we do that, because I just got the reminder that we've got ads coming up around the corner. First, we're gonna take our ad break. So get up, stretch, get a refreshment if you need to. And then we'll be back here in just a few minutes, and we'll see how the narrator responds to our new embracing of their purpose with gusto. This is not a direction, but we are interested in seeing what happens if we just do the thing without interaction. Right, I'm really curious, because there's at least one path that's just do the thing and don't say anything. There's a path that's just follow the narrator like completely trustingly. So I'm gonna try like all of these roads that we haven't tried before, but I want to keep trying like completely new directions before we start doing the thing I was talking about a second ago, where it's like, let's go down the paths that we've mostly done, and then like take the road that we didn't try like half or most of the way down it. I want to take like whole new roads, but we'll check one of those out here in just a few minutes. I'll see y'all in just a few. Let's see how this goes. So we're looking for... Sweet! Always wanted to offer Monarch. Vive la Revolution!
That's the spirit.
Good. That doesn't feel right, actually, having him in our camp, but it's fine.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Alright, our only option is proceed. Looked like you didn't have the option to just leave this time. The voice in the long quiet...
almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
The voice in the long quiet, the entity, as I'm going to refer to them for now, did say something about you can't go back to that place. So I wonder if they just essentially removed that option after we were so obstinate. We're going the I always wanted to slay a monarch route, so yeah, let's also go ahead
Your
and
implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
let's go the eager beaver route. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
That plays being the world outside the book. That's one guess. It's called The Long Quiet, so like that, or that's one name that's been given to it by something outside even the narrator. So, Long Quiet, a dark space, could be, a room where one would get bedtime stories when there are no stories to be told. Yeah, the world outside the book. It all tracks. Enter the basement. Enter the gungeon.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't think I clocked the illuminated by an unseen light last time.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
I love that she's already in suspicious mode. I wonder if that happens the very first time if you pick up the knife.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
We've got some fun options. Like, hey, I think I'm here to kill you, and we just keep leading into the like, sweet, I've always wanted to kill a monarch. Hey, I'm here to kill you, and we just like playing along with this. Or I don't think I said hi last time, and I really kind of wanted to. I do think this would be very funny on this route in particular. I think it's going to be... Just checking in on you is objectively hilarious while carrying a knife from the top of the stairs. Just seeing if you're alright is just makes me giggle. But I think I like that we're going... right, lie, just checking in on you. I did say we're going with the eager beaver route, so the one option that has an exclamation point I think wins here. So it's going to be, hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay, that's a little... don't trust that.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What are you gonna do, stab me? What? No way, why would you even think that? As I hold my Italian cold steel cinquedilla. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Audience laugh track. Nuh-uh. Okay. I like these writers a lot. I know that's obvious by now, but like, nuh-uh. I imagine them putting the knife behind their back as they say it, like, way too late. Oh my god. Absolutely incredible. These VAs are turning in stellar work, by the way. It's, what, 3 people doing 10 variations apiece? I think the narrator and all of the voices are one person. And then the princess is the only other VA. Which, yeah, is incredible. Both very, very talented. The The narrator's voice actor I don't recognize. The princess I did recognize, and I've already pulled a blank because I looked it up after last stream, and I'm trying to remember what it was that I recognized them from in their voice for previously. But yeah, both obviously very talented just from this game alone. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steel your nerves and step forward. I'm going to save this for our silent protagonist run. I'm really charmed by but this one's also very funny if we go like sitcom. We did lead with hi, so I think this follows on from that. So, okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
We started this out saying we wanted to slay our monarch. We're going to go ahead and tighten our grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on
face.
the blade.
The change in the face.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Come with the princess, you best not miss.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I mean, they are throwable. Historically.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
So we already know that that's actually a lie. Or rather, that's misleading. Her being unarmed does not reduce the threat that she poses. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? Going straight for I'm not dropping the blade. I don't think we're already on the, like, just trust the narrator route. So I'm going to say, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Ooh. I mean, if we're not dropping the blade, then we shouldn't say that, right? That's just silly. We should just go ahead and do the thing. But I'm curious what she'll say if we just announce that. And again, we've been playing this like a sitcom character, so I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Valid. Then I guess we're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade. Oh, that's perfect. Squint at the princess while holding on to the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints.
Squintess. She squints back. Yeah. Oh, good. It's a squinting contest.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
I love how many times we've gotten to the forever option tonight. Absolutely incredible. This is a weird sequel to The Princess Bride. As you wish. As we're being eaten. I love this face. All the drawings in this are wonderful. I mean, we've got to. This has been the mode all night. I'm sticking to it. Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder.
We're just gonna close our eyes and she's gonna eat us. I'm calling my shot now.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
What? Hero? Why? Give us a chance, man.
Your going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
You can't keep squinting forever. The narrator clearly doesn't know us. Hey, Dave. I don't trust narrator guy. That's good instincts. We're on the same page. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, the pit of despair. Okay, well, we can't keep squinting forever because the narrator won't let us. Fine. I guess it would be hilarious to drop the blade now, wouldn't it? Just completely swerve on him. Like, they'd never see it coming. The princess might even get startled. You can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she can remember. That's an excellent point. That's a very good reminder. Let's. You know what? I said we've been playing this as a sitcom character, so at one point we have to do the thing that's the title of the game, and then they roll credits. Slay the princess. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Whoa!
In your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Look at this art. Are you kidding me? We're dead. We're super dead. And we deserve to die. But like, look at this art. This is a peak moment for comedy betrayal. Thank you. I thought just whatever. Oh yeah, you got me. I just as T. Oh, this is so good.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
I like that it's not the same type of death. She doesn't just like monster out. She didn't go creature mode. She's just brute force killing us. Like, this could just be an ordinary human princess. I love this.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
Okay.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it?
Oh, buddy, this is super duper the end.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh. Have we gotten the tower before?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
This is my third favorite chapter too. Bad Road, that's an incredible sentence and I love it. Oh. Okay, alright. Let's go silent protagonist route. We shall become Link. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I guess technically we're Dark Link, but that's neither here nor there.
We might as well just pledge ourselves to her.
Oh, buddy.
Stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Oh, the brokenness back. When she said broken, as she was super duper killing us, I was sitting there going, oh, I wonder if we'll get the voice of the broken again. And we did.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Leave off, hero.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying.
All right, hang on. Off the gas, bud.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
I'm having second thoughts about what route we're taking.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
You're right. Well, now I want to do it.
Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you
Proceed
want,
to the cabin.
I guess I don't have a say here.
Okay, we're either going to pledge ourselves to her or do whatever the broken wants to do, because I feel bad that they're really kind of not being listened to. Thank you, Bob.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
What the fuck? The narrator doesn't remember the previous iterations, but isn't surprised when new voices pop up, right? Because the voice of the hero is already there. And so when there's more voices, it's like, was there ever a version of this that was just us and the narrator? Or was the voice of the hero essentially part of the original template, right? The mirror is also there. I gotta be honest, the mirror is kind of old news at this point. You climb the ladder, nobody is supporting it from the bottom, and causes the pristine blade to fall, plunging into your head. Everything goes dark and you die. It's a very Zork kind of ending, honestly. But then again, this is a very Zork kind of room. The exits are north, south, and Dennis.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
You cannot get E-Blade, you wonder why. Approach the mirror still fits into our silent protagonist thing. Let's do it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
But the mirror hasn't disappeared this time.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand
Okay, same thing as
against
last
the
time.
cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Weird that that's there every time. Or rather, it makes me wonder if that's there every time, because we can't interact with it without having a prompt for it. But that's weird. We're gonna chance the silly ending because no one's bracing the ladder. We're gonna try to take the blade.
You take the blade from
Okay.
the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
And now into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
Aww.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Well,
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
alright.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
He's not the one making decisions, but I am, and I say we do what the Broken says.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
I'm excited to see what's about to come into view here.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Starting to understand the narrator's warning now.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Stained glass window in the basement? I mean, we went into a cabin and then immediately it was like stone walls. None of this makes any sense.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I just noticed that she's floating. She's not touching the ground. Is that levitation? That's levitation, Kyle.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Aw, she thinks we're charming. Where's the wind coming from? Drafty basement. We were chased by a herd of cabins earlier, that's true.
Drop it.
I mean... Yeah, we drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
It was useless in our hands, she's absolutely correct.
We didn't have to do that.
She's objectively correct. It did no good to us.
And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Okay, well this one we don't have to do. But we could. But we don't have to. But we could. We don't have to. But we're choosing to.
On her,
The camera!
fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
Sorry. The camera actually... I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's good game. It's a good game, this one.
That's my good little bird.
Oh dear.
Now, why don't we talk?
Gonna really just nudge the edge of the terms of service here.
The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
Fair.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with her. Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then. And there's nothing we can do to stop her now.
Let's go, Broken.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Hey dude, why? Why do you trust us? Better question, who's us? And here's our first act of defiance.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
So we have claws and kind of like scaly-ish thing on the arm. And she just referred to beak. Do we think that's literal? Do we think we're bird person? Are we bird person? Are we bird creature? We might be bird creature.
Can she do that?
Can she do that? Amazing.
There's nothing she can't do.
Oh my god, he's so infatuated. Which, like, I get it, but dial it back, bud. We're here to work.
Despair, but a hint of something more. A small taste of stubborn resistance.
We're Jarnathan. Yeah! Just wait till my friend Jarnathan gets here. I think it would be really important that he's here. God, what a good movie.
A grain in the storm of my cosmic wind. Enough to be felt, but not enough to matter.
Uh-huh.
And there it is. I am destined to end the world. Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten.
This is the part where the princess breaks her little bird. Yeah, I think we're getting to that part. So, something I just noticed. When we actually got to see our reflection briefly in the mirror, our eyes were just two glowing white spheres, which is exactly the glow that her eyes have now, and I think the time that we waited in the dark on our very first run, essentially our first chapter one, I think, was also the glow that her eyes had. It makes me wonder if we and the princess are, if that's meant to signify that we are the same. Or that might be me reading way too much into it.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
Maybe she'll be nice to us. Oh, bud. Oh, honey, no. Alright, where's our silent oh, we don't have a silent option. Well. Sorry. Shouldn't have scrolled to the bottom. Okay. Well, we don't have a choice to remain silent, so let's look at our talkie options. What would you have me do? Bacaw. What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I do like this. I like this option because it's also kind of where we've been going. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. That's just, we can just do that without having to say it. What happened to you after I died? Ooh. That one's spicy. I kind of like it. I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. We're not choosing this one. I think I'm going to go with this one. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want. And if what she wants is to be the thing that ends the world, then at least we'll know. And then at least she's choosing that, and that's fine. I'll be whatever I want to do.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
We did start this wanting to kill a monarch. You're right. You're correct. Scrolling to the bottom as a double entendre. It's very good. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Ooh, hit a nerve, have we?
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Alright, straightforward. If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Yeah, but I want to hear her say it.
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world.
Hero, this is the first thing we've agreed on all chapter.
That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
We're back to forever.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
I want you to free me because it's a cooler story. Said like a bit, but I actually like that there's a sense of all of us in this are essentially bound up in the rules of narrative, which kind of fits. And I like what that tells us about the larger world.
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
It's the Roger Rabbit handcuff rule. Like, not any time. I could only do it when it's funny. Which kind of makes me want to go back to our contrarian phase. I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. And force her to prove it. I think I like this story better.
I see. Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do you mean the dagger? Or is there a needle here also?
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
I don't like that all three of you are on the same team suddenly.
As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but then manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh, very good. What are you going to make me try and do? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about that divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? No. All grayed out. Very good. We just wait. How long can we wait? I mean, about 5 minutes. All right, we'll just pick up the blade.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Forever, that's fair.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I hate you. I hate you so much. All of you. Stop making me do things. I'm going to kneel here forever. Stand.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet. like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
There's a whole narrative about determinism happening in this one, and I'm excited to see where it goes next.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Stand on level ground. You're not standing on ground at all. You're floating.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Guessing the Broken is going to be the one person who's in favor. Oh, Broken just doesn't even speak up. Wow, we don't even get an internal monologue for this. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it over with.
We'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Ah, there we go. You get resist, slay the princess, or slay yourself.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I
don't care what you are. You're mine.
You
Oop, well.
blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever.
The overlay of both their voices is... whew.
No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. We didn't go back to chapter 1.
You're on a path in
Apotheosis.
the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. At the end of that path is a cabin.
Alright, well, what a wonderful spot to end it for the night. Absolutely incredible, holy crap. Yeah, well, the timing on this one keeps working out nicely, so yeah, that's we pick up with another chapter 3 next time. This game is wild. I don't like that the forest is... Okay, no, we'll have to get to that next time. We'll be back with more of this at Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all so much for coming along on this bizarre and unpredictable journey with me. We'll have more of it later this week. Knock on wood, I'm assuming I'm feeling better this Thursday than I was last Thursday. But be sure to check out our full schedule at schedule.truck.community. That has what our whole stream team is up to all week long, with who's streaming what on what days at what times, with links to everyone's respective channels, so you can keep track of a whole week's worth of streams, often with multiple streams per day. I was just looking at, gonna give it a half hour to clear up. I think lines are basically down. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so fingers crossed here in just a little bit, over at twitch.tv/squirrellily. I believe it's gonna be more Super Mario Wonder with y'all, so we'll keep an eye on that. In that case, probably rather than a raid, which would be immediate, just keep an eye out, either head to the schedule, or we'll do an auto host over here. So if you just want to park it, then the auto host will start automatically when they go live here, hopefully, fingers crossed, in about half an hour, assuming Cox Communication will stop being crappy and actually start working. But yeah, so that's that on that. I predict that this game is going to leave me without words frequently, but it's doing such a bang-up job with its own words that I don't think that that's going to be a problem. Thank you all so much again. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will hope to see you all next time. Good night.